Hello. I just wanted to touch base with you for a few minutes as we start week 4 and go over the upcoming weather journal. Most of you are going to be happy to know that after next week, the labs tend to be a lot more project based and a lot less math based. So, what I'm going to do is share the screen, maybe. And I know the weather journal isn't until module 9, but in the summertime, we will be covering 2 chapters a week up until module 9. So this is going to go faster than you think. So if you go to modules and you go down to, whoops, the weather journal, open that up. And basically, what you're going to do is keep a weather journal for 10 days. So if you go to the instructions, there's a Word document of them if you want that template. And then I just copied and pasted them in here. There's a little video I made, just a video weather journal during COVID for my face-to-face students that weren't face-to-face that spring. Anyway, you've probably heard that people say the weatherman's wrong all the time. Well, we're actually going to test that out. So, what you're going to do is keep a weather journal for 10 days, and you need to start by the end of June, so June 27th, because this is also the topic for our discussion post for Module 9 as well. So your first step is going to be to determine your forecast area. It's probably bigger than you think. Okay, and you can go to the National Weather Service and get that information. That is a reliable site. Step 2, you're going to use a website or weather app and whatever you normally use. If you normally use something, stick with that. And you're going to see how accurate you're going to record the 10-day forecast to see how accurate the long range forecasts are. And you're going to do this on the day you start your journal. You're not going to change it after that. You're just going to record the 10-day forecast that day. Okay. And then you're going to record the forecast for the next 24 hours. And that you will do on a daily basis. And then the next day, you're going to record the actual weather. There are places on the National Weather Service where you can look back and get past weather data if you forget to record the actual weather. You probably want an official high and low, so the National Weather Service is going to be a good place to get that. So after 10 days, you're going to analyze the data, consider high, low temperatures within 5 degrees to be accurate. Forecast areas are pretty large. Again, it is possible that it is 74 degrees for a high in one place and 76 degrees for the high 10 miles away. That is totally possible. So as long as it's within 5 degrees, consider that accurate. And then the last step, please don't forget this one, write a 250, 300 word reflection, identify your local forecast office, the size of your forecast area, discuss the accuracy of the 10-day and 24-hour, and explain how the probability of precipitation is calculated. That is probably the number one thing people misunderstand the most when it comes to weather information. If precipitation was predicted, was it accurate? After you go through the probability of precipitation, you should understand that. And then discuss at least 3 things you learned while doing your weather journal. So I set up a table. You do not have to set your data up in a table like this. You can set it up differently. I'm just trying to give you an idea of what I'm wanting. So you would have your 10 days you're going to keep it. You record your 10-day forecast on that first day and then record your 24-hour forecast. So the 10-day forecast for the first day and your 24-hour forecast for that first day are probably going to be the same. And then record the actual weather data. At minimum, have your high low temperature, wind, clear, cloudy, probability of precipitation. You can put in humidity if you want, but those are kind of the bare minimum. You're always free to add more. So you're going to do this for 10 days. And the rubric, your 10-day forecast, you get 10 points. 24-hour forecast, you get 4 points a day. And that's with your recording the forecast and the actual weather. Your reflection is worth 50 points. You need to include your forecast office and make sure that you have the forecast discussion, the 10-day forecast discussion, the 24-hour forecast discussion, probability precipitation, and the 3 things you learned. If you have any questions on this as you get ready to start, please feel free to reach out to me.